Oh, fuck, I got to burp.
Go ahead.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that sounded like that hurt.
It did hurt.
What Diet Dew does to a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's great. I don't know what compelled me to buy it, but I did. I was just so sick of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
I love Dr. Pepper.
One of my favorite bits from South Park, they're like ziplining, and Cartman's drinking Mountain Dew. Then he's drinking Double Dew, which has twice the caffeine and twice the sugar of Mountain Dew. Then he drinks Diet Double Dew, which has half the sugar and half the caffeine of Double Dew. So it's just a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's one of my favorite bits of all time. I love that, dude. What a great show, by the way.
South
Park is.
I'm a slight South Park hater, honestly.
Why is that?
I think the animation's hard to watch.
Really?
I think I get that's like the part of
the bit. It used to be paper clippings, dude.
I know, and it's still not fun to watch. I don't know.
But the jokes are very funny.
Yeah.
The early and mid stuff, like the early 2000s, that's where it was peak, you know?
I also take exception with how much they shit on Family Guy, because they're like Family Guy's like bit oriented, and like South Park's like, I don't know, like storyline type shit.
They end every episode with a lesson that they learn, dude. It's good for your soul.
Yeah, dude, something like that.
I love that video of what's the creator of South Park's name?
Trey Parker,
Yeah.
and there's another one, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah, whichever one of them, and Bill Hader recording. Have you ever seen that? And they're just cracking up. It's so funny. It's like,
They look like they had so much fun recording.
Looks like that guy shit his britches.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
what fur? And they just crack up.
That's funny.
Carson,
I like that.
you said your body was feeling terrible.
I'm in pain. I mean, it's just I'm in turmoil here.
His body is failing him right now.
Yeah, I'm just too old for this. I had 3 Band-Aids on my hands yesterday. Just miscellaneous cuts. One of them was, I guess all of them.
Miscellaneous.
I guess they were all self-inflicted. One was, I cut
Do
my...
we need to have a conversation?
You cut yourself?
Yeah. It's time for a tough conversation.
Come on, man.
No,
That's our new segment. I like that.
tough conversations with Mac.
We should do one tough conversation.
Yeah, we could
We can do that.
we
I was
could-
thinking today, I was like thinking of like future draft ideas, and one of them was like songs that bum you out. And
Oh, yeah.
'cause I was like,
Wow,
I feel
that's
like we're
good.
always usually upbeat in this, you know, we don't get there. So maybe we'll have a tough conversation segment one of these days.
One day we'll just have like the fucking most depressing podcast.
No one will listen again.
The
That's
reason
all
I
right.
asked Carson is because I just went on like a genuine 3-day bender. I think I've only ever been on one bigger bender as junior year, spring break of college. But this one on Sunday morning, the way I explained it is like there was a brief moment where I had to start manually breathing. And I was like, I think my body just gave up. It was like, fuck you, dude.
That's happened to me.
I quit.
Yeah.
And I thought I was like molting. Like I was going to shed my skin. And I don't know. That was in bad shape.
Sometimes I'll just be sitting there, and then all of a sudden, it's not a yawn. I just have to take like a super deep breath to like recover for a second. I'm like, holy shit, what was that?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm feeling it. I mean, like I said, I got 3 different hand injuries. 2 were related to the same incident when I had to put chains on going over the mountain, which was not a great experience. Over Donner Pass, California. Come back from California.
Listen, I'm saying is there have been a lot worse experiences on Donner's Path. You know,
Yeah, I mean
the Donner Party, for instance.
they didn't have a
What
great.
is
They
that?
didn't have a great.
You don't know about the Donner Party?
No.
Dude, they're making their way out west, way back in the day, horse and wagon, and they try to take a shortcut through the mountains, and they get stuck because of blizzard, and they can't go anywhere because it's dead of winter.
Yeah, and they got stuck the whole winter.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
fuck.
they had to eat each other.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
there's a little history lesson for you.
Yeah, I didn't have to eat.
Yeah, so never complain ever again.
All right. Well, I didn't have to eat. I didn't have to eat anybody this time, but this time. But
This time, he did last time.
Yeah, this last time. But yeah, I had to put chains on going over the mountain, and I had the shitty Walmart chains. I was lucky I even had them.
I was gonna say that is a
They're
wild.
made of aluminum.
I mean, they were crappy, and they were so bad that by the time I got over the pass, one had disappeared completely, and the other one was like just beaten and like half of it was like coming off.
Oh,
So I was like, okay, well, at least I made it over. I'm just gonna chuck. Well, the one wasn't on my tire anymore,
Just
so obviously I
unusable.
didn't have any. Yeah, and the other one was just pretty much unusable. And then the other one, I just cut. The other hand injury was I just cut my finger on a piece of glass that was stuck in my shoe. I went to my cousin's wedding this weekend, and on the dance floor, somebody had dropped a glass, and they didn't do a great job of cleaning it up, and then it got stuck in my shoe, and I'm like, "What's this on my shoe?" And I as soon as I touched it, I was like, "Oh, yeah, there was glass on the floor."
hey, you haven't talked about the weekend. I mean, how was the wedding? How was it, man?
It was
think we all
good.
had
we all had
weekend.
we all had
Yeah.
a good.
We
Yeah,
did.
we'll talk about the weekends.
We will. You know what?
Mine was good. It was a good trip out to California. Saw my cousin get. It wasn't actually it wasn't a wedding. It was just kind of a wedding reception type deal. But
Right
it was.
on. That's the
it
best
was-
part.
Yeah, exactly. So had some good food. A little bit of dancing. Didn't get too turned up. There wasn't the crowd is a little bit older. I'd say upper. I think my cousin's like right around 30, maybe
Okay.
maybe lower 30s. So I was I think I was the youngest person there. And so I just kind of hung out with my youngest cousin most of the time, and
Nice.
yeah, we didn't get too swifty or anything. Next day went out and played golf.
How was the weather?
It was all right. It was a little bit drizzly, but not too bad. I played awful because I haven't swung a golf club hardly in 4 months.
Yeah,
but,
awful means he shot like 5 over, guys. So.
No, not this time.
7?
It was bad. No, I shot like a 90 this time.
Oh.
But
That actually is not typical of Carson.
no,
No,
but
it's not.
I didn't care. I mean, I was like back 9, hit the snack shack, hit the halfway house, got like a half a sandwich, Snickers bar, bag of chips, another beer, and my uncle brought out the cigars, and so we were.
Nice.
We were having fun. I was. Yeah.
How do you expect a man to golf good when all that
No,
other
no,
stuff's
no,
going
Yeah,
on?
never.
so it was,
never.
it was a good time.
I just expect Carson to golf good all
Yeah.
the time, really.
Yeah, same.
At first real round of the year, I'm not gonna be too pissed off about it. And then stopped on the way there. I stopped in Reno.
I'm sorry.
It was I actually don't mind Reno.
Bold take.
Have you ever been to the Row?
I was young when I went.
It's actually I like it. I didn't spend a ton of time there because I got into Reno at probably I don't know 10 o'clock. Probably like 10 o'clock. And so I was just kind of getting everything in my room, and then went and gambled for a bit, and then I left at 11 the next day. So I didn't I only spent what's that 12 hours basically.
Yeah.
But I like that area because I somehow, like we've mentioned before, I somehow have comps for Caesars. And so they're all kind of grouped together. They're all connected. It's 6 blocks of downtown Reno. And I kind of like it. I think I wish I would have been able to explore it a bit more, but it was a pretty good vibe. So good. You have to kind of search for the good tables, but if you found them, you find a good double deck blackjack game for $15.
3 to 2.
It was
Nice.
3 to 2, and so I was just parked my ass there and lost $400. So, yeah. How about you guys? How was your past weekend?
Why don't you give us a formal?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
We'll get right into it.
Yeah,
All right.
Give us the.
All right, we'll get into it. Greetings and welcome to episode 7 of the Micmac Joe podcast. Mick, Joe, how we doing?
We're doing a lot better now. Actually, we're doing good. We're just doing good generally, but when a 3-day hangover hits, when you wake up after a long night on a Friday and your cure to your hangover is a chilada and bottomless mimosas, you'll feel you're just delaying that hangover. And it all hit me on Monday when I had to drive 8.5 hours. And yeah, that was a tough day for your boy. But
Oh, sorry.
no, you're good. But yeah, it was I'm feeling good now. Like I said previously, it felt like my body was molting. I was shedding skin, turning into a new, fresh young man. But it was a great weekend. I had so much fun gambling. Actually, I didn't really gamble all that much. I lost a ton of money on one run of craps.
Oh.
One run.
Brutal.
It was bad.
Yeah. I could believe that. My weekend, I'm doing good. I had a pretty good weekend. I think I'm not too old because the hangover didn't really hit me. Yeah, I got more drunk than I have been in a very long time, I'll say. But we went to the Shangills show in Salt Lake, and it was hilarious. I wish I could go again to watch that show right now because there were so many great jokes there. I loved it. But we hit up the bars after. I got pretty drunk at the bar, doing a lot of Irish car bombs. And we were sitting there, and they have this glass cowboy boot cup filled with mint leaves. So when I'm signing the check, I hand them my card. They turn around to go ring it up, and I grab that, stuff it in my pants, and sign, and then we just leave. And the mint leaves were like wet. There was like water in there, so it looked like I pissed myself as we're walking out of this bar. And like I got a big old Johnson in my pants, far bigger. It doesn't really look like one though.
Yeah, well, I mean, you win some, you lose some. I
guess so. We get it out, and just dump all the mint leaves right in front of the bar, and then leave. And on the walk back, we took in Salt Lake, they had those like scooters that you can electric scooters.
Yeah,
I
Lime
love.
ones. Yeah,
I've never used one before, and
No way.
never. And what a better time to do it than when you're drunk, dude. It was
That's
awesome.
like the best time to do it.
Yeah, I got to tell you, drunk driving a bird scooter.
Oh yeah,
It's awesome.
was
There's
the
no
best.
better experience.
Well, we're taking it down, feeling the cold Salt Lake wind on my face, and we get to an intersection, and there's cops directing traffic, and while we're standing there waiting to go, this guy pulls up on me with a blanket over his face. Like, I can't see what he looks like at all. Couldn't tell, and he's just walking closer and closer to me, and he's like about as far as we are from each other, like 2-3 feet.
Sure.
And I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? Can I help you? And he just stops for a second, turns around, walks away, and I thought I was about to get stabbed.
Dude, that's
right
crazy.
there. I think I would have felt a lot more scared if the cops weren't like right there, but I was freaking out still on the inside.
No, for
I tried to
sure,
maintain
yeah.
composure, and then we keep continuing home, and like a halo in the distance, we see a sign for Subway that's still open.
Oh,
And that saved my life, dude.
Nice.
Best Subway I've ever had ever.
Nice.
But we were doing a little wedding talk earlier, and that brings me into a little announcement, I guess. So on the way here, I got a call from Schmeik of Schmeik's Printing, and he recently got engaged.
Shout out, Schmo.
yeah.
Let's
Shout out
go.
Schmeik. And he told me that he's inviting you, Mick, to the wedding if you DJ.
Are you freaking, are you serious?
They said if you invest in DJ equipment and learn how to do it well, you can come. And Mac, you're also invited, but you have to be the MC.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Because of all the ad reading
Shut
voice.
up. When?
Probably next June or May, they said.
Next.
Like
okay.
2026.
Okay.
Incredible. I'm
Wow.
there. And one really enthusiastic, shout out Schmoy.
Shout Schmeik, dude.
Shout that mother.
Well, he called me because they needed to settle a debate. They said, who reads the ads? And I was like, that's Mac. And they're like, okay, I guess his fiance had said Carson. And he's like, no, dude, I told you it was Mac. I'm like, that's the same guy. But then because I guess they got confused because you always do the shout out Schmeik.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they thought that was the same guy. I was like, no, that's Mick. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I've actually really wanted to get into DJing recently. This is my motivation. That's all I needed.
There you go, dude. Buy the equipment, learn how to run it really well.
I know all the music. I love clubbing. I love nightlife. I have thousands of house and I don't know. Maybe that's not their
This is
vibe.
gonna be the worst wedding of all time.
Yeah,
No,
I was
it
gonna
kind of
say.
is.
Hey, I guess we'll get in contact. Schmeik will be in contact.
Yeah,
And
they'll give you do not playlist.
I'm just gonna play "Don't Stop Believing" 48,000 times in a row.
Classic white person song. You got to throw in a little "Hey" or "Sweet Caroline."
Yeah, 100%.
Classic.
Yeah,
classic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be truly honored to MC that wedding. So we're kind of like in the same, because usually it feels like at weddings like DJs kind of MC. So we'd kind of be working together.
But we do work together.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
work
So
together well.
We're all coworkers.
I'd be happy to do that. I gotta say that this wedding I was at last weekend, the DJ wasn't very good.
Really?
I mean, he just didn't really get the vibe of the group. Like there was like a request sheet that you could fill, like it's just like a Google sheet where you could fill out and do requests. I put in 2. I didn't get any of them played, and you know, you just didn't really get the vibe. There's a lot of older folks, not too many. Like I said, my cousin's probably in her lower 30s who got married, and so there was some stuff, you know, like classic, you know, like we were talking about, like Kesha type music, like like we were talking about last episode, that type of stuff, and that, you know, that's a hit with any age group, really. I mean, at least. And
why did they stop making music like that?
I was wondering that same thing the other day. Like bring that back.
I mean, it's just so fun to listen to.
I think we'll see a renaissance eventually, because, you know, I think a lot of bands now are bringing classic rock kind of sound back, and I think eventually we'll hear the return of like that kind of music.
Yeah, and then, you know, like, you know, we have some kind of lulls, like when it was just kind of, you know, just not really super dancey music, and then, you know, he'd play like a Michael Jackson song, and the dance floor was full. And then he'd just play something, he'd just like go off track, and like everybody would like go back to their table.
Give me an example of a non-dancing song he played, if you can remember.
It's gonna be hard to remember, but it's kind of like
my what is it? My Heart Will Go On, the Titanic song.
I mean, that kind of vibe. It was just there's some, like, you know, some rap songs just like weren't really the vibe. You know, it's like they are for some groups, but this group, like I said, was a bit older, and it just didn't really hit. And he never really figured it out.
Yeah,
that you know, where the vibe was, and so that's, you know, that's something that I feel like even I, as with zero experience as a DJ, I feel like I could maybe pull off.
No, you know what? Like, speaking of the nightlife, and DJs, I got a funny story actually.
Yeah.
So this past weekend, we were all so excited to see Zed. We were going to Omnia, which is a nightclub in Caesar's Palace in Vegas, and Zed was the performer. And like, if you've never been to the nightclubs in Vegas, the like main performer doesn't come out till like 3:30 in the morning. So,
Jesus.
And drinks are like $50 at the nightclub. So you almost have to like thread this like astronomical needle to find the perfect pregame drunk, to where you're not like sloppy there, because they'll kick you out for that. But you also have that sustained drunk, because you're going to maybe order one drink while you're there too. Like, that's why bottle service is pretty worth it. But regardless, we get there and it's like 2:30 in the morning, and one of our buddies was just like, dude, let's go like just find a bar and drink there. Like, let's leave. But it's just so funny, because we have this video of us at dinner, like, cheers to Zed, let's go see Zed. And then we're in line, like, hype up for Zed. And then we never, ever even got to hear one song from Zed.
How late were you there?
About till 2:45 is when we left.
So you didn't see until 3:30.
I know. We saw, oh goodness, Alessa. That's who was on Friday night. We actually, and that was really good. She was awesome. Like,
nice.
Yeah, bro.
I want to backtrack just a second though to the old folks at the wedding. Like, I feel like it's hard as a DJ to come up with that crowd pleaser playlist, because the old folks are gonna hate anything new. You know, like, it's just in their blood, their DNA.
Yeah, but you've got some, like, you know, there were some cool old folks there. Like my aunt and uncle are awesome. They're a lot of fun, and you know, they'll dance to anything that's, you know, good and like catches the vibe really. But and I feel like, you know, there's like, I don't know how to describe it, but there's some that are just like mainstays. You know, like you mentioned, Don't Stop Believin' is like up there. I wouldn't just, like, you know, Michael Jackson stuff can always get people on the dance floor. I mean, tons of Michael Jackson songs could do that. And like, I mean, like, nothing, you could get like some Cascada in there, like evacuate the dance floor, or like, or just like something, you know, something super poppy like that.
Yeah, Schmike, like, we'll have no dead spots.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say it might be difficult, because at my cousin's wedding, my you know, they do like the entry. So you have like the wedding, then you have the reception after, right? And we're, you know, the bridal party did their entrance, you know, and it was like, you know, like a party vibe. Like, this is fun. This is cool. Yeah. You know, him and his wife walk in, crack open a beer, start chugging, and then keep walking down. I look over at my grandpa's face, it's just like scowling.
Oh, wow.
Like, dude, like, you're going to do this at like,
yeah, dude.
Yeah. Like,
But
Well,
I
step grandson's wedding.
telling you, dude, I'm gonna get in contact with Schmike. We're gonna talk about the vibe we're looking for, and I'm gonna spend a literal year preparing for this moment.
We'll just prepare for my grandfather to do that again. So
I'll play some good. He'll like what I got.
I don't know if he likes anything but like church hymns, probably.
I'll throw one on for him.
That would actually be sick.
He might shake your hand if you do that.
There you go.
We'll see.
I want to shake your hand. Have you ever seen that video?
I have. I love that video.
What
Is
is
that one
the-
on the airplane?
Yeah. What's the
I
context
have
of that?
no. And like they're getting mad at him. Like this,
They're pissed. They want
Yeah.
him like off the plane.
I don't know, but that's
That's
a
gonna
great
be me
video.
at the wedding to your grandpa. I'm gonna be like, I want to shake your
I
hand.
want to shake your hand, sir.
Mick, I probably have like a 20-minute like DJ set that I could play for you
and just
like,
see if we're.
and see if it works. I
I
mean,
we
I
could do a
just,
lot
you
of.
know-
We should wear helmets like Daft Punk.
Oh, dude, yeah, like you wear like a Packers helmet, and I'll wear like a hockey
Oh,
helmet.
I could wear like a cheese head or something.
You already got one, so
And
you're good
I
to
don't
go.
know. I don't know if that would be.
Well,
very,
we're all Lions
that's what I was
fans there,
saying.
so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
get kicked
maybe,
out of the
maybe I'd
wedding.
ruin my chance. All right, well, we'll think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll get something together. But I don't know about you guys, but you ready to start a little blind ranking?
Yeah,
I
let's do it.
haven't done one yet, so I got one for us this time, which I came up with right before we hit record because I was not very prepared for this. I came up with my draft picks on the way home from work.
We're on short notice here.
Yeah, we are recording. We usually record Thursdays. Today's Wednesday because I'm going to be gone this weekend. I'm leaving tomorrow, going to watch hill climbs. So
No way.
yeah,
With
with Braden and Logan them.
that's fun,
Yeah,
dude.
because I guess one of their friends, Drew, just had a kid, so he's not going anymore.
Nice.
He said, "I'll think about it," and that means no.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, all right, for our blind ranking today, we're doing things you don't want to hear.
Okay.
Maybe one of them is a question, so maybe something you don't want to be asked.
Together or separate?
I think separate this time.
This is a good
think-
separate one. For the first pick, we have
Wait. So one is
like you really
worst
don't
thing
want to hear this. 5 is like
Like you
All
can
right.
tolerate it.
yeah,
Or it sucks, but
and
whatever.
we're going kind of piggybacking off of one of my draft picks here, but we have to talk.
Wait,
someone
who's,
tell-
who's
someone
this
tells
coming
you-
from?
A close friend,
Probably
a
a
girlfriend, maybe
Probably. I would feel like significant other is most cutting.
significant other, close friend.
Interesting. I'll let you go first.
We need to
unless-
talk.
I'm ready.
We have to. No, not we need to talk. We have to talk.
We'd have to talk.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean,
I can't lie to you, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna throw this at a solid 4.
Okay.
Like, because I'm trying to. Most often, you can piece together what it's going to be about, right? And if you can't, then you shouldn't be worried in the first place. So, I've kind of learned the whole "we have to talk." It's a manipulation tactic, you know. So I shrug it off now. I'm throwing it at 4. It sucks.
yeah, you're right. It is. The more I think about it, the more you say it, it is kind of a manipulation tactic. It's like, sometimes it's, we need to talk or we have to talk and, you're getting broken up with, or sometimes it's we have to talk and we have to talk about you farting in public.
Yeah, can you fold your laundry
Yeah.
or something?
So,
yeah.
gosh, I mean, I'm in between 3 and 4 right now. My first inclination was 3, so I think I'm going to stick it there.
Okay.
All right, sounds good to me. For our second one, let's say you're driving home from the bar and then you get pulled over.
Oh.
And the cop asks, "Have you been drinking?"
I confidently, I'm serious. I don't think if I have had a sip of alcohol, I've ever gotten behind a steering wheel. Like maybe like if I had a beer with dinner, I'll do it. So like, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna throw this at 5 because like,
Good for
Okay.
you.
really, I've never had that problem.
Good for you. Now that's tough. I would say I would put that higher.
He's a little more lenient with how much he's allowed to drink before he gets behind the
Yeah,
wheel.
that's one of my. That's probably one of my worst traits about myself. I've definitely been getting better since college. Like I even to the wedding, I Ubered there and Ubered back.
And there you go,
So
responsible.
responsible.
Good for you.
I mean, I've been told that I can play off being really drunk pretty well. Other times, even though like I feel just insane, like insanely drunk, and then, it's just like people will just not think it's like they're like, you were that drunk? I was like, yeah, I could barely stand.
Oh my
But
God.
I
You
gotta
got
tell
behind
you,
the wheel.
Yeah, I got to tell you, especially around here, and then you end up on Facebook
Oh,
if you
yeah.
get the DUI.
Yeah,
so
that
I'm gonna
is bad.
I'm gonna stick that one at 2 for me. Honestly, that one scares me.
Quick
a little bit.
tidbit. Yeah, shout out to last week's draft because I just thought of one. A good party have is a breathalyzer. Just see where
Oh,
you're
yeah.
see where
yeah.
you're at. You know.
Yeah, those were popular. Like when somebody had one of those, they're like, "What am I at, bro?"
Yeah, not even to see if you can drive home. Mainly just
just
to be
fun.
like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like, well, oh my goodness, I'm only a 0.12.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels like at least a 0.15.
I feel like I'm trapping myself. I took 2 and 3 already. I might be trapping
I've got
myself.
Yeah,
4
you-
and
you
5.
might be.
I've got 4 and 5. So
All right. So this one, imagine it's coming from an ex. She says, "It's yours."
one.
Oh.
One.
Okay.
Specifically, one of the. Yeah, one.
All right, one. Mac.
For me, that doesn't affect me very much. I just don't have a ton of relationship, and I'm not a big sleep around guy at all. And so that doesn't bother me because for me, it just doesn't happen. So it's 5 for me, but, because I know it wouldn't be true, but, if I was a different person, I could definitely see that being.
No,
one.
it's-
I
I
could
mean,
definitely see that being one.
I'm gonna put it at 0 if that's not
Okay.
1.
All right, Mick, you got 2, 3 left. Mac, you got 1, 4 left. Here we go. It's terminal, coming from your doctor.
Oh,
It's
wow.
terminal.
How old am I?
You're like 36,
Man,
so you still got quite a lot of life ahead of you.
I'm gonna take this one. I have 4. I don't mind it. I don't mind the thought of being dead.
Oh my god! All right.
I know where I'm going after I die, for one, and
That's
then
fair.
straight to hell.
and,
After making this podcast,
Yeah, for sure.
and you know what? I just then I can hopefully I guess depending on what level it is, like I could
it's
either
terminal.
Well, yeah, but but is it like terminal to where like I can spend like a few weeks?
I was just about
like,
to ask. Do we get like 6
Terminal.
months?
I'll give you 6 months.
Okay, I see. That's
Yeah.
I'm leaving it there because I can explore the world. I can accrue a bunch of debt.
That's what I'm saying.
What do I
I've got-
care?
I've got money saved up. I would just live like the craziest life for 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I actually, for me, that doesn't bother me all that much.
I'm gonna
Okay.
put it at a solid 3. And like it would be worse if it were a family member. Like if you said someone in my family was terminal, that would be an easy one for me because I care and love about people deeply. But for me personally, like I'm very content with the life I've lived. I feel like I've lived a great life, and especially by 36, I would assume the same thing. So yeah.
All right. So when I do read these, I'm gonna say this now. I'm gonna go from like the least worst 5 to the worst 1, just to build it up a little more. But
Okay.
For our last one, Mick, this is gonna be number 2. Mac, number 1. Imagine whoever you want saying this. Hey man, the woman you're talking to is 14.
Yeah, that's really bad.
This comes from personal experience. It's not that bad.
Well, when they're not real, it's not as bad, I guess.
I'm okay with that. I mean, that's
That's your number 1, so
Yeah,
it's a good number
I
1.
wish-
kind of
I wish I could be my number 1, but I guess number 2 is also pretty bad.
Mick would rather be talking to a 14-year-old than have his ex be pregnant.
No. Nope. But that's really shitty. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with those 2 being my least. I think I wish I could flip those, but otherwise I think my list is fucking bang on.
All right, we'll read them back to you. Mick, 5 to 1. Have you been drinking? We have to talk. It's terminal. That girl's 14, and it's yours.
Yeah, flip the 1 and 2. I think that's perfect.
All right, Mac, number 5 is it's yours. Then it's terminal. We have to talk. Sir, have you been drinking? And she's 14.
So Carson would rather die than be caught drunk driving by like a large margin.
yeah, okay.
That's funny.
That was a good one. I
I
like
don't know.
that. Good.
That's what I could come up with in like the 5 minutes I had
Yeah,
to
that
think
was
about it.
good. Good job coming up with that on the fly, Joe.
Thank you.
Good
I'm
job.
glad you guys enjoyed it. But this is a very unprepared podcast. I don't even have anything I wanted to talk
We're just
about
going
besides
off
the
the
weekend.
cuff. I don't
Yeah.
think there's anything wrong with that.
I mean, that's how it usually is. I usually like to come up with like a thing or two I want to mention.
Yeah.
All I had was the weekend this time.
Yeah. We can roll right into our picks here if we want to, because we'll talk about March Madness. It's upon us.
I say
folks.
we talk about March Madness first. Give some personal
for sure.
previous, and then we'll we'll let that naturally flow. But March Madness for me is like I freaking hate January, I hate February, and I hate March, and I always feel like March Madness is like the start of good times in the year.
Yeah.
So I always kind of start when March Madness rolls around. I'm like, oh baby, we got summer coming up. We got so it's a good vibe for me.
Yeah. You start seeing Masters commercials while you're watching basketball. You're not really doing anything at work, like for those 2 days, like the Thursday and Friday of
Which is
of
tomorrow.
March Madness.
How awesome!
Yeah, for me, I will have to do stuff at work, but tomorrow. But Friday, I think I could just sit there with the phone on, switching back and forth between games, and I got to tell you, I got to explain my betting strategy real quick for March Madness. I saw this a few years ago, and on Twitter or something, and it's to bet money line on every single underdog in the tournament.
Yeah,
I like that.
And I did seed underdogs, not necessarily betting underdogs. And there was like a plus 900 that hit last year.
Oh, wow.
And because I did it I think through the Elite Eight or so, and I think I ended up some money because I just threw like $5 on every one of them, and I think the second round last year hurt because I think only one underdog won in the second round, if I remember correctly. But I did it last year. I think I ended up, and I'm gonna do it again this year.
I'm gonna give also some advice to some of you March Madness people that never really filled out a bracket. This is basic information for
I've
people.
only ever done one.
Wow. So yeah, listen up, brother. If you never really filled one out, then this is going to be maybe weird to think about. And if you have, you're going to be like, yes, we all know this, Michael. But when you're filling out your bracket, the seeds, the higher ones are better. But a big common upset is 5-12 and 6-11. And there's a reason for that. And that's because I want to say the 5 and 6 seeds are respective, like they are placed higher because of how they competed in their personal tournament, like the Pac-12 or whatever. And the 11s
that doesn't exist anymore.
I'm just saying, like conferences, and then the 11 and 12 are at large bids, which means they're good teams and they have to get put in because they were so good, but they didn't do so well in their respective tournaments. So you're going to get teams like UNC, who is technically an 11 seed, but they probably will win their first round.
See, North Carolina is usually really good at basketball.
Yeah, I saw a lot of discourse on how they got in because people saying that they got in because their athletic director is the head of the selection committee, which isn't
that might have helped.
Yeah, but I like 11 seeds a lot, especially ones that won the play-in game because they've already have a win under the belt. Maybe they're feeling confident.
And I think we're on like 8 years straight of a play-in making it to the round of 32. So look out for those.
I like picking teams, picking 11 seeds that have won in the first 4.
Yeah. And then, some other ones is shake up that bracket a little bit. The last time that all 4 1 seeds were in the Final Four were 2008. So, you don't have to get too bold. Throw a 2 seed in there, throw a 3 seed, but you're probably not going to all see 1 seeds in the Final Four. So just keep that in mind.
Good to know. When does the tournament start? What's the first day?
The first day, the tournament starts
tomorrow.
The tournament proper starts Thursday, but there were some NCAA tournament games yesterday, Tuesday, and on Wednesday.
Yeah, I meant proper, like the bracket.
Yeah, so
that's
like the
tomorrow morning.
Yeah, the full 64 team bracket starts tomorrow.
Well, hopefully you joined the Micmac Joe Pod bracket challenge that we have.
It will lock tomorrow at noon Eastern.
All right. Well, tomorrow for them is 2 days ago. So if you're listening when this comes out on Saturday, but hopefully you joined that. Yeah. And I think, Mick, you said there's going to be a cash prize for the winner.
Yeah, a little $50 giveaway. And so you can join groups after your bracket's done.
Okay, you can? I was wondering about that. Okay, good.
But make sure that you don't just, put your freaking best one in if you join late. Like, dedicate one to it. But if you do, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, we'll just come to your house and shoot you.
Yeah, we'll probably murder you in cold blood, but try not to do that so we don't have to be the bad guys.
Yeah,
right?
we don't have to clean up and stuff. That's a lot of work. We don't have to do that. We don't want to do that.
I mean, you've seen Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. Come on, don't make us kill you.
Who's one in the back seat? Is that Martin? Is that his name?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, you got my reference.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. And then the wolf.
Yeah, the wolf.
Bring in the wolf. Who's gonna be the wolf?
Maybe Let's Go.
Let's Go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
2.0 Joe.
2.0. Shout out.
Joe, let's go.
So, I guess on the March Madness topic, do you guys have a favorite like March Madness story or like a game you watched that was just, like historic? One of my craziest March Madness watches was the Kevin Ware injury. I watched that live.
Oh, is that the guy that played for Arizona?
Louisville,
Kentucky. Yes, that's sorry.
Snapped his
I was
leg.
thinking NFL Cardinals.
Yeah.
That's
Watched that
insane.
live, bro. And like as a kid, I was
Yeah.
young. And then some other good memories I have is I watched the UNI half-court buzzer beater against Texas. That was the shit. Last year, Jack Golke against Kentucky. That was awesome. I usually, like when I'm betting, I hate when underdogs win. But when I don't have money in play, I love that shit, man. Like, yeah.
I think if I remember correctly, I was in health class, I think, and we were watching the tournament when UMBC beat Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then I believe that's
I
where
can't
I
lie to
was.
you. I thought that was, because I remember that game too. I was at dinner. I think it was a night game.
Maybe it was a different upset. But I remember watching in health class. My gym teacher we're just like, all right, let's just watch this.
Yeah.
And then I always love was last year the Furman upset, or was that 2 years ago?
That was 2.
I love the Kevin Harlan call.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, he's turning the ball over. Where's he going?
Yeah,
They're like, where's he going?
Dude, Kevin
And then he was
Harlan
like,
is
"Yeah!"
Kevin Harlan's electric.
I
dude.
love the chicken wing call.
Which one?
The chicken wing call. It's like, and they're throwing things out onto the floor.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's a chicken wing. Why would you throw something that delicious out onto the court?
Wow, that's a really good Kevin Harlan impression.
Is it
I'm not-
really?
Yeah, it
Oh.
sounds good to me.
I'll have to listen back.
Yeah.
It's a chicken wing.
The other good one is when the cat was on the field for the Eagles-Giants game, I think it was, and he's like, there was a cat on the field. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. It's a touchdown for the cat.
What an iconic voice, though.
Oh,
I like his voice.
Dude. I mean, and he's really good. He's good at football and he's good at basketball.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah. Shout out Kevin Harlan.
Shout out Harlan for sure. I think the best commentator in sports, honestly.
I'm trying to think because, like I said, I've only ever done one March Madness bracket. I'm not a big basketball guy. I like college basketball better than NBA, but I mean, if I had to choose something, what was the team? Is it St. Mary's?
Oh,
Joseph,
yeah.
is that
Just St. Mary's?
just St. Mary's? Okay, yeah, that deep run they had, that was cool.
No,
to
no.
watch.
Loyola Chicago. Is that what you're talking?
I think you might be talking about that.
'Cause St. Mary's-
Sister Jean.
Yeah, Sister
Yeah,
Jean.
that's Loyola
Sorry,
Chicago.
that's the one I was thinking of.
That was crazy.
Sorry,
That
I just
whole-
got the Catholic names in my mind. So
No, but that whole year was weird because that was the
Yeah.
same as when Virginia got turned, like when they lost. And so that whole year was all fucked up. An 11 seed in the Final Four. Crazy.
yeah, that was really cool to watch. That just deep run though. So
That was great.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, it's always March Madness is just so great. It's
Every time I bring up March Madness, I think of Ron Baker for Wichita State. Yeah, that dude makes me that dude encapsulates March Madness. I got a fun story. I missed the best March Madness game of all time, the Villanova UNC game where Villanova hit the game-winning three-pointer.
yeah, I was just thinking about that game.
I was watching it, and at halftime, I was like, I'm going to take a snooze at halftime, and I woke up, and the confetti was going. Best game ever. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it was an unbelievable
tough.
basketball game.
Yeah, that was great. I actually bet on the Oakland game when they upset Kentucky with Jack
Oh,
Golke.
yeah?
I bet they were plus 680, I think. And I bet on the Samford upset over Kansas, and they were even high. It was like plus 800 for them.
No, this was all last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
And-
that's why the underdog money line in every game was so good.
But Samford lost, and it was on the worst foul call. I'll pull it up and show you guys. I lost so much money. Not that I put a lot of money on it, but a potential amount
Yeah.
because they didn't call this foul on Kansas. and it was ridiculous, like ridiculous. And I guess that's just March, but I almost was like a prophet. I almost called Oakland and Samford, and I parlayed it. It was crazy.
That would have been, that would have been nuts.
It was. I probably have a screenshot of it somewhere, but yeah.
Did you parlay just those two teams?
So I bet them individually, and then just those two.
What's your best like let's call it your biggest 2 to 3 like pick parlay hit
Ever?
Do you have anything on top of your head?
I do. Yes, it was 25 into 2,400, $25 into 2,400, and it was USC money line. The over seems normal so far. How did you get all the way? And then for some reason, I had a tie at halftime, and it was like that was like plus 2,000 or something like that, and all those just 3 legs were 25 into 2,400, and I could have won more, but I hedged at the very end. I put 400, or no, I'm sorry, I had Utah to win. I hedged and put 400 on USC to win, and so I won only 2,000, quote unquote. But yeah, it was that's my best like
hell yeah
moon rocket. Yeah,
I think mine. I only put $5 on it, but I won 300, and it was 2 first touchdown scores, and it was T Higgins. Yeah, it was T Higgins. First touchdown score, and I think CeeDee Lamb. I can't remember who the other one was, but yeah, they both hit. Won 300 as at the bar. I'm like, fellas, drinks are on me tonight.
Nice. Well, I hit that other one, that one 2-legger when you were at Old Chicago with 2 Point Joe. That was 20. That was 25 into 2,100.
I hit that one too. I think I only put $2 on it though, so I won 90.
Yeah, dude.
But that was insane watching that live. I was with 2 Point Joe and his brother. I'm like texting Mick. I'm like, this isn't gonna happen. And then it got closer and closer. It was two guys to have so many strikeouts.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who it was. It was Blake Snell for sure.
Blake Snell, was that the last?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was the final leg, and then some other fella.
He was like 10 plus strikeouts, and I'm just watching the game like, dude, oh my god, this is so close. Like I was sweating, and I thought they were gonna pull him, but he pitched the whole game.
I know.
That's why I thought it wasn't gonna hit.
He threw a no-hitter.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I remember. That's right. That's
and
right.
He was. I remember watching it, and you can always tell when a pitcher's just got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're on that day. Even when you're playing in high school, like someone's just feeling good, arms loose, dialed in, and he kind of looked fine the whole game. But there in like that 7th inning, I want to say, it was like, dude, this guy's got so much control over it. Like, I was just like, this is going to hit. This dude looks so good.
I was going to say, I think it was in like inning 5. I was like, and then inning 6 happened. I was like, oh no. And then 7 happened. I was like, okay, we're doing something here. And then
we almost smacked back-to-back weeks. We needed it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we needed it like a week later. I think Blake Snell as well. And he came up short. He needed like 9 or 10, and he had 9 or 10. He was 1 short, and we almost did it again.
Yeah, I think the other pitcher, he needed like 8, and that one, I mean, he was doing all right, but yeah, I think he got exactly 8 and exactly 10.
While you talk, I'm going to find the...
Yeah, no problem. But no, that was... Watching that live was awesome. I think... So my biggest hit ever was $80 into 2,000, and I think... both of you were there for that.
I was there. I don't know if Mick was there.
Mick was there. Oh, no, Mick wasn't. It was Joe. 2 Point Joe was there.
2 Point Joe, yeah. That was electric.
It was the very first game in the NFL season, Packers versus Eagles, and everything. At one point, I could have cashed out for $1,200, but I was like, it's so close to hitting. I'm just going to ride this out. It's so close. And I got everything except I needed Jordan Love to get me 30 more yards passing, and I needed the Eagles to win. And it's coming down to the last drive, and he gets like a 40-yard pass or something. And I was like, oh my God, like, let's go. Like, okay, now he's got to lock in and just not let something crazy happen here. Let the Packers win. But then the very next play, Jordan Love got hurt, and I was like, oh my God, it's a lock.
yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah, that one hurt me
because I had a lot of money on the
he
Packers.
did.
Yeah. But I like to see my boys win. I found the parlay. It was plus 8,000.
Yeah.
Blake Snell, 11 plus strikeouts. Andrew Abbott, 8 plus strikeouts. $25 to win 1,998. Basically, straight up $2,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great parlay. Great parlay. Yeah. Damn, I was on fire this year. Like I just was so good. I couldn't lose. It's making me want to get back in. Can we switch topics?
I was going to say,
we got to make our picks before we change topics.
Other than this, I have not bet on sports like in so long.
I really haven't either.
Me neither. I haven't bet
So I
since
do, like-
November.
we do the one weekly pick, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
But you know what I mean when I say
I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Sports. Well, I mean, in Vegas, but
Yes, and
that
I'm
was
saying,
live.
like-
It wasn't on the app.
I'm saying like I'm shelling out 12 units a day
Yeah.
at $100. All right, well, the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
yeah, my units are like $5, but that's I'm not very good. Actually, I just kidding. I don't know if I've missed on I don't think any of my legs.
Yeah, you
I
have
don't
missed
think
on
they
this
have.
podcast.
Mick
I-
blew it last week.
Yeah,
Rah, rah,
but we
rah.
didn't even post it on the Instagram story, so nobody even had a chance to
Yeah,
lose.
I
Nobody.
was gonna say
I
that's
say we pretend like it never happened.
that was oversight on my part.
yeah,
So,
that's all right. I didn't think about it either until it was posted.
when you think about it, we saved you guys money last week.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
so,
welcome.
Yeah, and my bonus pick also came in.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty chalky, like I mentioned, and it barely came in. So if you took the top 10, you won, but if you took the top 5, you did not win because Kyle Larson finished 9th. But a win nonetheless for
It is,
what,
yeah.
what I said, what I mostly suggested.
I think I had who did the Avalanche playing? I think it was Oilers.
no,
no, it
I
was
had the Oilers.
Flames. It was the Flames.
Yeah,
And 5-2, fucking hit that
Yeah,
negative one.
Right on.
I needed overtime.
Oh, you
but-
took puck line?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because
Yeah,
money
that's-
line odds weren't great. Puck line was pretty good. So I was like, I'll do negative 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think it's
like,
like plus 109.
like, I hate this so much because it's like what all the gambling people on Twitter say. It's like, oh, right read, wrong outcome. Like, okay, clearly not the right read then. But like, I don't hate the pick even still. It was a 3-point game.
I mean,
Like,
you gave a good analysis on it. It sounded like
yeah, and New
you,
Mexico.
you really said it could go. Like, who were they playing again?
Boise.
Boise. And you're like, yeah, they're really good. And like when it comes down to
They
it.
are,
so.
and Boise's they're a good team, and they're hard to fade, especially right now. But I think New Mexico. I still am high on New Mexico. I think they're going to win their first round game against. Is it Missouri?
I haven't seen the bracket yet.
No.
They're a 10 over a 7, and I think they're going to win that. And I honestly think they'll beat whoever the 2 seed that comes out of that as well. I'm so high on New Mexico. I love the way they play basketball. I know they just lost, but they look good.
Do we want to do picks now, or do we want to save picks for last?
I think we keep it traditional and go
Keep it
picks last.
traditional. All right.
Okay.
Well, you're high on Mexico, and we're getting high on today's draft. We are drafting Dream Blunt rotation.
Well done.
Thank you. That's you prompted me right into it. So thank you for choosing to go last with the picks. Dream Blunt rotation. It could be anyone, past, present, fictional. Doesn't matter. I think the only exception that we're doing is like you can't you can't say the cast of Pulp Fiction, since we're talking about
So,
that earlier.
yeah,
Like,
you-
just individuals.
You get one.
Yeah.
I see.
But
What if it's
it
like
can
an
be a general
inseparable duo?
It can be gotta pick one.
Gotta pick one.
Gotta pick one.
Okay.
You can.
You got to pick. You got to use 2 rounds to pick Shaggy and Scooby Doo.
I see.
Oh.
I see.
Am I picking first, or what are we doing?
I picked first last time, so I'm not going to
I
pick
don't know
first
if I
this time.
picked first in a while, honestly.
Don't you have like more for? I think it went you.
Clearly,
Mac,
I
then
need
me.
the help on my drafts.
Yeah, we didn't go over results the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago was which draft was that? That was the Day Ruiners.
Yep.
I got 3. Mac got 2. Mick with 0 on that one. Somehow Mac got votes for his Life Ruiners.
Yeah.
And then last week we had Party Essentials. And I think as of Wednesday today, I think me and Mick are tied at 1 each. So
Nice.
you're getting votes this
Yeah,
time.
give me one of those votes. Damn it! Just one. Spare me one vote.
Hey,
Crumb.
give me a vote. I don't have any.
A smithereen of vote.
Yeah, but he's got. I think overall he's got. Well, I think
Well,
even with his
after
8 in
after
one
his-
episode,
after
I think
his
he still
smear
might.
campaign.
He still might have fewer
whatever.
total.
Yeah, keep hating.
I'll have to do a count. We'll give a tally on next week, but that's where we're at right now. But I think.
You can go first. I'll go
Okay.
second. That's
Well, you say you got to choose
Alright.
2 to get Shaggy and Scooby Doo, but I'm just keeping them separate and going with my Scooby Doo pick, number 1 overall. And I'm going to preface this
You
now.
soul read it.
No, I mean, yeah, dude, that was going to be my number 1 because I figured that was like a really easy take. So I was like, I got to get that right away. But all of my picks have a job in the group, you know?
Okay, that's nice.
And
Oh, you
he,
have, like,
Scooby's
roles.
the snack guy, dude. You know he's going to be making
yeah.
good food when you get the
I
munchies,
like
dude.
the sandwich.
Yeah, double the quintillion decker sandwich.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, no, that Scooby-Doo snack guy, first pick.
Right on.
Yeah.
I like my pick. I'm going to go with Peter Griffin.
Okay.
I think he would be so funny, and you want someone who's just going to bring good vibes. You just do that, and he does. So,
Yeah. Man, where do I go here? I got a lot of chill guys in my group here, but I think I'm gonna piggyback off the sports announcers we were talking earlier. I'm gonna go with Jim Nance.
oh, nice.
I want to be around when that guy. I want to hear what that guy's got to
Yeah.
say. I want to hear what that guy's gonna.
Out of all
gonna
the
say.
announcers, though, Nance.
I mean, the guy's been to how many Masters? He gets called the Masters. He calls Super Bowls.
He does. I forgot
he's
he
got
does the Masters.
He's got like a replica of like a Pebble Beach hole in his backyard. Like,
Really?
I want to be around that guy.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, gosh, who am I going to go with next here? I think I'll stick my nose in the fictional dog ring, and I'm going to go with Snoopy. This guy,
Wow,
Dude, he's
This-
so chill.
this-
I think he'll go
chill guy.
nonverbal.
yeah,
Dude, that's Joe Cool.
yeah, that's Joe Cool. Yeah.
He's going nonverbal for sure.
Yeah. So I just love Snoopy. The vibe he brings, it's just a chill. I'm kind of going for like a chill group here.
For sure, yeah.
So I'm gonna hang around with Snoopy.
One clarification I did want to make, if you guys are okay with this, is like, you can't choose a group of people, but you can get like a general individual from, like, you're not getting the whole thing, but you're like
I thought we already.
a Mennonites, like, oh yeah, I want a Mennonite.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
sure.
you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
I think mine is obvious. He clearly already does this publicly. He does way more than just weed. I love him. He's my favorite sports player of all time. I'd love to pick his brain. Any excuse to talk to this man. I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers.
Nice.
I thought you were gonna
Ayahuasca King.
I thought you were going to go such a very different direction.
Where did you think he was
I
going?
thought he was going to say Dennis Rodman.
No, Aaron Rodgers is he's everything to me when it comes to football, bro. Like, yeah, I'd like to hear what that man has to say.
All right, my number 2 pick. You got to have, like you said, the good vibes guy, but you got to have like the story guy, the guy that's just going to tell you all these crazy stories. And you're not even sure if some of these happened, but you don't care because you're like enthralled and just
Right.
deep into it. And for me, that's going to be Benjamin Franklin.
Oh,
Benjamin
okay.
Franklin seems like he's got so many great stories to tell. And like I said, half of them may not even be real.
Yeah,
but
guy was
Yeah.
allegedly a hell of a player.
yeah, I know, dude. Like, I mean, you got to have stories if you're living that kind of lifestyle.
Sure, yeah.
And for me, number 3, I don't know if people are even going to know who this is. I know Carson does for sure, and Mick does. But you got to have your expert, your guy that is going to do all the rolling, and he's like the doobie expert, we'll call him.
Okay, yeah.
And that's going to be my boy Charlie Dompler from Smiling Friends.
Oh,
If you haven't watched that
nice.
show, watch it. Dude seems like a
Nice.
stoner to me, so
wow.
he's going
Which
to be the
one's Charlie?
doobie, the yellow one.
guy.
The yellow
God,
one.
Man,
And-
I didn't even think about Smiling Friends. I totally missed.
That's the one Taylor kind of helped me with because she said Pim. I was like, nah, he's going to get way too
Mip.
freaked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the doobie expert for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
MIP. Okay, I am going to take. Ooh, I'm like internally debating here, but I'm gonna do it. Because it's my blunt rotation, and I'm gonna take Flea from the Red Hot Chili
Nice.
Peppers. Seems like the guy that would just be wise and fun and
Insane.
insane, a little bit of insane, and I think he'd be good.
I like it.
Joe, I liked your
Plus he
comment.
play bass.
Yeah, I liked your comment about the snack guy earlier. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to bring one of my own in, and we're going to Flavortown. Guy Fieri.
Very good.
I like that, dude. He's gonna cook you up something nice.
Yeah, and you're gonna that guy's that guy's a guy you want to have around.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm trying to think if I thought of a different Smiling Friends character, but I just don't think I'm gonna throw him in there right now. I think I'm gonna throw a curveball, kind of change things up a little bit from my kind of just chill out group. I'm gonna switch it up with Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Very good.
I think,
Dude, he'd be super chill.
yeah, I feel like he would be super chill. I feel like he's very misunderstood.
Yeah.
Feels like a very misunderstood guy. I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, I think Perry's also going nonverbal.
Perry for sure is going nonverbal, yeah. I'm going to take... Now, I said I needed the good vibes, but that's because they're going to be balanced out by the bad vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this guy could use it, and he's hilarious. I'm going to take BoJack Horseman.
Oh.
Okay.
and he's just too funny to not be there. And I need a comedian aside from Peter Griffin, so I'm gonna take BoJack Horseman.
Fair enough. And you said bad vibes. I was thinking like new guy, like obviously he's never done it before. He's gonna get anxious. He's gonna be freaking out. Like, whoa, what the hell? And for me, that's gonna be a Mormon missionary.
Okay.
Very good.
Nice.
Thank you. And that's why I just wanted to clarify if we could do that.
Sure.
So, yeah, Mormon missionary number 4. And to round it all off, the guy you're thinking, how the hell am I with him right now? Like, you'd always thought he was straight edge, like never do this, but then you're like, oh my God, he's like super chill. And that's going to be my high school principal.
Nice.
So you got to have that guy. You're like, how the hell is he here right now doing this?
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah. You guys are making me want to go a snack route, like a food route. And I am struggling to find one that I want to have in the circle. So is this the last one?
This is the last pick, number 5.
Oh, that makes it tough. You know what? I'm going to skip that because I think we're probably just going to resort to DoorDash or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with kind of like the expert of my group. I'm going to take Seth Rogen.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who I'm going with.
Very nice. The Doobie expert.
Oh, last pick here. I was thinking of going. I thought you were going to go a different direction when you kind of went there. I thought you were maybe going to say Shane Gillis.
See, I wanted to do Shane.
I
but
was
I'm like,
thinking about it.
I was saying like there's like, I don't know, for me there's like obvious picks, but I wanted to go like
There's a Shane Gillis adjacent that I think would be very good.
Matt McCusker.
No. Like same vibe.
Yeah. Gosh. I think you mentioned, new guys to the party and your Mormon missionary. I'm going to bring a new guy to the party. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take him.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. I'm going to take an experienced guy here. And we're going to go Smiling Friends route. We're going to go Mr. Boss.
Nice.
Wow. Ah, man. I feel like you'd get some freak vibes, though.
Yeah. I mean, you got to shake it up a little. I mean,
He's going to be like the trip sitter that's like, dude, do you feel the bugs in your skin?
Wait, where's...
But also, he's a guy that, he'll ask.
Where's Snoop Dogg? Dude, I told you I'm going deep on these. I'm not going basic.
He'll ask you what kind of longers do you have. And, that's a guy I want to hang out with.
Where's the equality on...
No women.
On Micmac, let's do one more round. Just we got to bring a chick.
One more round of just women.
Oh, women only.
Yeah, I was, in the car on the ride here, I was thinking all of mine are just dudes. I wonder if they'll be just dudes too.
Yeah, no,
and it was.
We've got to. Yeah, we got.
No
Where's the
women
equality
allowed.
at? Where's the equality?
So
at?
we got female names. I don't think you and me did, but Mac did for the sports athletes name draft.
Oh, you're right.
So he's the only progressive one.
Yeah,
here.
we need to be more progressive on the Micmac.
That's right, ladies. I'm open for business.
And because I'm gonna start it off. You guys can. And
go ahead. I don't care.
I promise you. I'm taking Caitlin Clark.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I think we need that in our group.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, for me, I think I'm gonna go the nonverbal route, and well, she's not only nonverbal, but she can also. I think she's good at cooking. I don't know. She can join Scooby Doo in the kitchen, and that's my girl, Hello Kitty.
Oh, nice. Wow. Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Also, all that progressive stuff was thrown out the window right there. Damn it.
My bad, dude. I already had the snack expert Scooby Doo though.
No, unbelievable.
We're throwing the animals in the kitchen.
Oh man, this is tough. I'm just kind of drawing blanks here. Man, who can I
name one
woman? I was just
I can't do it.
Oh, you're straight. Name one woman. Yeah.
Have you seen the Name 100 Women speed run?
I've done it.
Yeah?
My ex asked me if I could do it, and I sat there and I typed it out in my notes and I did it. It took me not long at all. It's so easy. If you can't do it, you have to just be stupid.
Yeah, we'll do it, and we'll release the lists.
Should we just do that right now?
We can do a 50 woman.
Okay.
Well, if we're doing it on this, we can just do like 10, 20.
God, it's just so
There's
easy.
so many women, though.
It's so easy.
There are lots of women out there.
They're half the population.
More than half.
Is that?
Yeah.
That's true. How is that possible?
Because it's 50-50.
Okay.
You flip the coin enough times, it's not always going to be 50-50.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Which means, fellas, if you're having trouble out there, they're out there. Just keep trying.
And if you're even more like, open, you
You
get
can have
the world
multiple.
is your oyster.
The world is your oyster.
All right, man, that person is too
I'm
chaotic.
trying to stall for you, Carson.
Well, I know, I appreciate that, and I came up. This one's just too
You're distracting
chaotic.
him.
Yeah.
You can't think with all this progressiveness going on around
Yeah,
him.
I can't handle it.
He's not in his element of just.
One that came to mind that's just not the vibe because she gets just.
All right,
too
dishonorable
high
mention.
strung.
Who was it?
Dishonorable- Peggy Hill. It's
Oh,
too
no,
high
dude.
strung.
Who's Peggy Hill?
King of the
King of the
Hill,
Hill.
I've
Hank
never
Hill's
seen
wife.
King of the Hill.
Yeah, no, trust me, that's like
Yeah, that's
nightmare
not
blunt rotation.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
We should do a nightmare.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot. When I was talking about Schmike's wedding, I was gonna announce that he came up with a good draft we should do next week, and it's a little different. Instead of doing 5 of the best, we do 3 best things and 3 worst things about a wedding.
Oh, let's do it for
like
sure.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alternating.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
I like it.
All right. I'm just gonna. Damn, this is hard. I really can't say Peggy Hill because it's just a terrible answer. I'm trying to go fictional. I don't know. Do you want
help?
I mean, yes, honestly.
Yes, dude. All right, let me think of.
I'm thinking
you want
of-
fictional?
Yeah, that's kind of where
All
I'm
right.
going.
I have one that you would just certainly take.
Sure.
Kate McKinnon.
Okay. Yeah,
That's-
that's a
that's-
good answer.
yeah,
I was
that's-
trying to think of comedians too.
Yeah,
for
it's
a bit
your
there,
vibe,
and then
and she's fucking hilarious.
yeah, that's good enough. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess that rounds out the draft. Then we'll start with Mick. Going through this list, we got Peter Griffin, Aaron Rodgers, Flea of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, if you didn't know, BoJack Horseman, Seth Rogen, and Caitlin Clark.
Oh, that's so good.
I like it. Mac, we got Jim Nance, Snoopy, Guy Fieri, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, Mr. Boss, and Kate McKinnon.
I kind of feel like I'm kind of all over the map there. I was trying to go
all right.
chill, and I'm kind of over the map. I don't. it's a group of people. That's for sure.
Like I said, and with my system, I had Scooby Doo, Benjamin Franklin, Charlie Dompler, a Mormon missionary, my high school principal, and Hello Kitty.
Not bad.
I think we did pretty good on that one.
Yeah, that was good.
Go to the polls on Spotify. Let us know who won. We'll have it up there.
And please
vote
give me
on.
one single, even if it's a pity vote, I will take it at this point. I will. And I think honestly, my list is pretty solid here.
It's not bad, like I said, I thought of maybe Seth Rogen or Snoop Dogg or Shane Gillis, but I'm that's surface, dude. We're going to the bottom of the iceberg for this
Yeah.
one. So,
One of my honorable mentions was Daniel Negreanu.
ooh,
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that would
I
be
like that.
fun. I'd learn a lot about poker probably.
go ahead and give me a number 1 poker nightmare blunt rotation.
Yeah. Okay. So
Phil Hellmuth.
Phil
dude.
Hellmuth.
There you
would-
go.
In his wheelchair.
Dude, what about Tony G?
I don't know.
Would he be nightmare or
Okay,
dream?
low key, I don't like Tony G. I
I
think
think he's funny.
he needles Phil Hellmuth and it's funny, but he needles Andrew Roble in this one episode of Poker Stars, and it's so I don't know. He's Andrew Roble's such a nice guy. I don't really.
I think my number 1 poker dream blunt rotation, Phil Locke.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
I almost like Phil Locke more than Negreanu at this point. I love Phil Locke.
Me
dude.
too.
Okay, actually,
Phil Ivy too. There's 2 good Phils for
Yeah.
every 1 bad Phil,
Ivy, yeah, Ivy's just very serious.
Yeah.
Okay, if
You can give him
all
a smile every now
if
and
all of us were poker players, who would we be? I genuinely think I'd be Phil Hellmuth.
Logan would be Tony G, dude. And
And
Hunter would be Phil
No,
Hellmuth.
Hunter would be Hellmuth, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Hunter.
Braden would be Tony G, and
You think so?
Logan
I
would
think
be
Logan
Phil
would be-
Locke. Logan for sure would be Phil
I
Locke.
think so.
100%.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I think I would switch them. Oh no, actually no. You're right.
Right?
You're right.
I'd be Doyle Brunson because I'm so damn
You,
old.
no, you would be Doyle for sure. This is all coming together
The old
now.
soul. Yeah.
I think I would be Antonio Esfandiari, just freaking groovy, wear cool shit all the time.
I don't even know what I'd be, dude. I'd be the loose cannon.
No, actually, I would probably be Bill Perkins.
Okay.
I know he's an amateur, but
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's who we'd be if we were poker players.
look, get into poker. It's fun.
It is fun.
If you're
I was just
a math
thinking, poker's always been there, but it was. I don't want to say, I guess the popularity of it was a little more underground, but within like the last decade, it really kind of like has come out a lot.
Well, the golden age of poker was probably like 2008. Like
Yeah.
that's when everyone was in their prime.
Yeah.
Ivy, Negreanu,
But I'm saying
Houlihan.
like for the common man.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
like, oh no, obviously I agree that early 2000s, like early to late 2000s was like prime poker.
Yeah,
for,
sorry,
like,
I wasn't
that.
disagreeing. Popularity,
Yeah,
has
popularity-wise.
spiked,
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
because it's with all the solvers and like
Well, yeah, and
GTO,
with, like,
Game
I
Theory
think-
Optimal.
I think even just like sports betting coming to apps and
Just
stuff
brought
has
people
brought,
to
yeah. They're like, oh, I want to try other forms of gambling, whatever. So
But
yeah, I mean, it's really, dude. I was doing it at church when I was a little kid. We'd bring the poker set over to church
Yeah,
and
dude,
start playing with my
poker's-
friends after.
Awesome, and like, so that's just it. Is like poker. This is going to sound so degenerate, but it's a genuine way of making money. Like if
Yeah.
you study poker, you learn Game Theory Optimal, which like to give that a very very brief overview, is Game Theory Optimal poker it's poker solved by AI, and it's a way to play poker to where you're basically playing rock paper scissors, and every 33% of the time you're throwing each of them. So it's a way to mix in bluffs, mix in when you bet, mix in all that stuff so that no one can get a read on you. And then you play that way for a long enough time to where you pick up tendencies on people and then you punish them. And if you really stay true to learning like GTO poker, you can go punish people at your random 1-2 game at
Yeah, but then you play the home game with someone who's never played before, and you don't know what the fuck's gonna
right.
happen.
Yeah, you're
like that. You just gotta throw all that out the window.
100%. Yeah.
I think I won a family poker tournament at Thanksgiving. I think I was 4 or 5 years old, and I won legitimately. Like, my uncle was pissed. Like he's like, "How did he win? That's not right. Come on, no way he won." And I won. I beat him. I beat him straight up. I would always play. Like my dad had like I don't know if it was WSOP like on his computer, or it was either like Poker Stars or something like
Go
that.
Poker
on his,
or whatever.
Yeah, something like that on his computer. And so I would always play it when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Just hop on there and just play. And I could play poker all right when I was little. For being 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
old.
Dude, my dad had it on his BlackBerry, and every hand I'm just all in, all in, all in. I'm like, dude, I'm really good at poker.
Worst bad beat I ever had was I had pocket threes and the board came out 3-8-6, and I was like, that's a dream flop. Like, well, kind of. You're kind of hoping someone connects with like a king or an ace, but then the turn card was a king, and I'm like, okay, this is a dream spot. And then even better, the next card is an 8, and I'm like, dude, I've got a full house. Or I can't remember if there was a flush on the board or whatever. But, we're betting the whole time. We're pretty much like stack committed at this point. And I shove and he calls, which he tank calls, which for those that don't know, which means he like thought about his hand and then made the call. And so when he didn't snap me off, I was like, oh, I've got this in the bag. And I turned over 3s full of 8s and he had 6s full of 8s.
Oh,
So I don't know what the dude was tanking for.
Yeah.
Like, what do I have, quads? Like, or kings full? Why would I be betting? Anyway, it's just crazy. Like, that was my worst bad beat. Full house over full house. That was
Dude,
bad.
When we were in Vegas, I was almost on the good side of a bad beat where I folded pre-flop. I had 5-10, right? Offsuit. I'm like, what am I going to do with this fold? Flop comes something 10-5. I was like, man, I would have had 2 pair. That sucks. Turn 10, full house.
Oh my
Would have had it. And then the hand plays out. Dude to my right turns over his card, pocket 5s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he had a full house too, but I had the better one. Like he would have.
Wow.
Oh my god, dude! I like told him I had that, and he's like, I was wondering where the other 5 is. He's like, I would have lost all my money if you were still in that
Oh,
hand.
sometimes you get cold decked. Like, and if you play poker long enough, you're going to meet so many jerks. Like one time I had Broadway, which is the ace high straight. It's best straight you can have. And there was a flush on the board. And it came in on the last card, complete backdoor. Like the flop comes out rainbow, spade, club, diamond, whatever. But the diamonds get there. And the betting previous to the river was like, I don't think a flush is going to stay in there, but maybe, who knows? And I go all in. The dude tanks for a while and he calls and he has a worse straight. And I waited to show my hand because there was a flush out there. I clearly don't have the nuts. And once he showed his lower straight, I showed mine and he's like, you never make the loser show his hand. I was like, dude, you flipped it over right away, first of all. Second of all, I'm not like peddling the nuts. Like, I'm not like, there are 100 hands that beat me right now. 6-7 of diamonds has got me completely. And he like started screaming at me, saying like, "You slow rolled the nuts." And then like everyone kind of came to my side. They're like, "The nuts? Like, what do you?"
Yeah.
The nuts is the best hand in poker, by the way, if that wasn't clear. But anyway, yeah. So that you'll run into some jerks if you go play at some locals or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah. My brother got a semi bad beat, I guess. We were at Schmike's 30th birthday and we played a poker tournament. And I was not doing great at first, but then I started building up my stack, started knocking people out, and it's just me and my brother heads up. I had Queen 10 off. I raised and he re-raised me, so I called. And then I flopped King High straight. I'm like, all right, let's go. So then I raised big and then he...
So you flopped the nuts.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I raise again and he goes all in. I call him and he had Ace King and the round was 2-4. So like no help to him.
Yeah,
dude.
that's
So
tough.
I was like, that sucks, but
Damn, all in there. That's pretty good.
because there's a lot of money in there. Because I mean, he's got Ace Kings.
How many people were in the hand
Just me and him were heads up.
previous to that?
Oh, previous to that, I think there was 3 people before that. So it was 5 people.
5 total.
tournament.
That's actually probably a place
fun.
to jam, I would say.
Yeah.
Like once the table shrinks from 8 to, was it tournament or cash?
It was tournament.
Yeah, you'd probably shove there. That's fine.
Yeah, that's
Damn,
what
that's
I mean.
tough
I
for the
probably
guy.
would have honestly.
Yeah,
but-
that's tough.
all right.
Top pair, top kick.
Yeah, I guess speaking of gambling, we'll get right into this Mick pick.
Let's do
Are
it.
we
And
doing
also,
mega Mick pick or
I'm
Mick
gonna,
pick 3?
I'm going to pitch this on the pod. We can do a Mick pick 3 like we always do, and then we could just do a mega Mick pick 3 where we all each pick 3, and it becomes a Mick pick 9 kind of. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I understand.
the legs in that one don't have to be like even or whatever. So
Okay.
are we all good with that?
Yeah, sounds good. Mick, you want to start us off? With your
Yeah,
first
I will.
pick?
So I think I'm going to go with my favorite bet, and if we were to do a Mick pick 3, this would be my 1. Are we doing a Mick pick 3?
No.
I think we're just doing. I mean, for me, I'm just doing the 9. If we want to
let's
do
just-
a 3,
No, let's just do the. Well, we can do it for the fans.
we
won't-
can give our favorite picks, and they can make a 3 out of that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm just doing the 9.
So
Personally.
we'll go with our favorites first. My favorite is I like him to win straight up 14 over a 3. Yale plus 7.5. The Ivy Leagues, they come to play, and I'm not sold on A&M quite yet. So give me Yale plus 7.5. It's an awesome bet.
I like it. I like it. Mac, what you got for your first one? For the Mick pick 3.
I'll go. Man, I was trying to think, and I just don't know what's going on very much in basketball. So I'm gonna give myself a pass if things don't go right. But in terms of all my most, if not all of my bets have hit, here I'm gonna take Oregon minus 6.5 against Liberty. Like I said, I don't know a ton, but I don't know what Liberty really brings to the table. The 6.5 feels a little light, but
And Oregon plays good in March.
yeah,
You know,
so,
like they've got the experience.
yeah.
So
I don't like Oregon just in general, but
go Ducks.
I'm gonna take them this time.
Right
I
on.
like it. I like it. For me, the Mick pick 3, my favorite pick on here is Michigan versus UC San Diego. Michigan won the Big Ten. They were down 11 at halftime. Came back, won that. They're playing UC San Diego, and their points are at -2.5. So we're going to smash that.
Yeah, that's just wild to me.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. I guess I'm not familiar with UC San Diego's game right now, but
Yeah.
that just seems like a silly line.
And Mick, who did you say? Were you taking Yale, you said, for yours?
Yeah,
Okay.
my number 1.
So our favorite picks, if you want to just do 3, we got Yale spread plus 7.5, Michigan spread -2.5, and the Oregon spread -6.5. And we're gonna go right into the Mick pick 9, the mega Mick pick. So
Yeah.
here's the rest of our picks.
Yeah, and honestly, if you want to like little freebie kind of fun bet, I'd take Yale straight. See how that works out for you. But I will go on to my second pick nevertheless. Clemson plays hard basketball. They play all those SEC teams, man. I like SEC teams. At least in like their pace of play is so high, and that'll just dominate a team in March. So if they're going to win by a lot. And I'm going to take Clemson minus 7.5.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be the Creighton spread, but I misheard Mick when I was putting it in. So we
But
got
I
Clemson on
like
the
both.
board.
I seriously do like both. So
Yeah. Mac, you're second.
we've heard the discourse of what Mick thinks about New Mexico, and I'm just gonna write it. I think I say New Mexico money line against Marquette on Friday.
I like it.
I think they'll win round 2, man. I think they're a good ball club.
I'm taking Mick's advice from earlier. 11 against the 6. He already said this team he thinks he's going to win. We got the North Carolina versus Ole Miss. It's going to be a good game, I bet. Two good ball clubs, and I'm taking that North Carolina money line. Throwing that in there.
Either way, that's going to be a super fun game, I think.
I think so too.
Super excited to watch that. And then to round out my picks, I mean, I watched BYU and I was so uninspired by how they played basketball. And I'm so like traditional in the way that like when I think of March Madness, I think of Virginia Commonwealth University. So I just see it happening, and BYU looks so not put together at this point of the season. So I think VCU plus 2.5 is a really good bet.
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go Vanderbilt plus 4.5 against St. Mary's. Not a whole lot of rhyme or reason behind it. I feel like Vandy's got something.
Well, I completely agree. It's just St. Mary's, if their shooting is on.
Yeah, it's because they can put the ball in the hoop.
Yeah, I mean, if they light it up from 3, it's going to be tough for any team to beat them. But like we've watched them play teams like Alabama last year, and that's tough for them to keep up with how slow they play basketball. So, yeah.
My last pick, rounding off this little parlay here, we have UCLA versus Utah State. UCLA, again, good ball club, 7 versus a 10 seed. I'm taking that UCLA money line. And throwing that all together, we got odds of plus 30,452. So, throw yourself $10 on there, win a quick $3,000.
Easy.
And if you get the boost, I placed it for $25 into 9,500. And why not?
What are your odds at with that boost?
With the boost, plus 38,000.
All right. Well, hopefully you see the story on Instagram. We'll post it this time, and hopefully you added the boost so you can get a little extra cheddar when this hits. But it'll be fun. We'll see. We'll keep up with it, and I'll remember to post this one. Don't worry, because we're coming to you on Wednesday. These games are all on Friday. I think many of these are Thursday. About half of these are Thursday. So we'll have that to you tonight, and
5
hopefully
on Thursday, 4 on Friday.
Yeah, hopefully you have placed all of those, and we'll see. I think that's all I got.
Yeah, man. I mean, I will say, proceed with caution. I'm actually a pretty solid sports bettor, but I get rinsed in March, boys.
Yeah,
so
I thought anything can happen, dude.
It's tough. It is really the hardest event to bet, in my opinion. I think MLB playoffs are 1+1. Like, just it makes sense. I think the NBA regular season's fun, barring any like random blowouts where your players need to get some points. But March Madness, man, that is tough to do. It's really tough, and player props are really where I make my hay, and that's impossible. So
hopefully you're not betting $1,000 on the Duke money line to win $1, as they're at negative 100,000 odds. Because if an upset happens, you're going to be very upset yourself.
It's 1,000 to win $1.
Yeah,
that is absurd.
Yeah, $100 wins 10 cents.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm not money, not gambling advice, but don't do that.
Yeah, no, that's probably financially not advisable.
I mean, unless you want to be like if you want to be like a big investment firm, and then just put like all your put like $1 billion on like minus $100,000.
Yeah, but if that upset happens though,
then you're bankrupt.
You're going to be very upset.
Chapter 11, baby.
I'm taking out a mortgage actually to bet on the negative 100,000 odds. So I'll let you know how that goes.
Actually, I got a fun story. I put $100 on a bet one time. It was Kyrie Irving. Actually, I'll get to that. It was Donovan Mitchell first basket, Steph Curry first basket, and Kyrie Irving to score 20 plus points. And Kyrie Irving's leg was minus 1,200, and it was $100 to win $6,000. And the 2 first baskets.
Wait, you said minus 1,200 for first basket?
No, to score 20 plus points.
Oh, sorry.
And the only reason I put that in was to get a free bet. So I was, because I was like, no way am I going to pick 2 first baskets correctly. Well, I sure did. And I missed out on 6,000 because Kyrie scored 20. I'm sorry, he scored 16. Oh. His first game under 20 in like so many appearances.
Oh, no.
Wow.
It was so nasty. I hate Kyrie Irving for that forever now. And yeah.
What a letdown.
So
But,
yeah, anyway, don't bet on the minus 1 bazillions, okay? That was my lesson.
yeah, it's not always free money, but you know. Well, I think that's going to do it for us, though. We had our blind draft, our blind ranking, our draft in the McPick Mega for March Madness.
I
think
love
it was
it.
good.
I love it.
It was a good, not the cleanest episode, but I think we did well. We made it through.
Really?
Dude, I was so unprepared.
Yeah,
today.
but we flowed.
Yeah, but it worked. That's how you got to do. You just got to figure out what.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad.
But it got the job done, my man.
It did, dude. Good enough for the ladies we roll with.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
Now I got to get this all edited tonight and ready to go.
And cut
before
that
I
part
take
out
off.
for your so Taylor doesn't hear it.
Nah, it's a joke.
Oh, I didn't shit talk Taylor this episode.
Oh,
No, you didn't. She called right
whoa,
before, and they
whoa.
were beefing a little, and then they squashed the beef, and then
I tried.
Mick said he doesn't like feta cheese, and the beef was reignited. And she actually sent me this picture when you were out and about. If you want to take a look at that,
That's funny.
it says "jump scare for Mick," and it's a picture of her holding feta chunks.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Popeyes Don Julio collab.
Oh yeah, we didn't even mention that. Wow.
I didn't stop at a Popeyes on my travels to California. I did stop at some restaurants I don't usually go to that aren't around here. But
Like what?
We stopped and had lunch at a Black Bear Diner. Love that. Stopped at an In-N-Out, which there's one not too far from us, but I love an In-N-Out.
We almost forgot to mention the Popeyes Don Julio.
You just did.
I know.
I did.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I appreciate that.
This guy's not listening. We would have gotten we would have had to hang up the
we would have
0 episodes.
we would have had to
one episode.
We would have had to cancel the podcast. It would have been all over.
I don't think I would have posted it, honestly, if we didn't say that.
We would have had
So,
to re-record.
well, thank you everyone for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it made your day a little bit better. And we'll catch you next week. See ya.
Love you.
Kiss you on the mouth.